Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
It's Friday. Good morning and welcome in to WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is Friday. Yay for us.
August 28th, and we have a lot going on. Now at 6:30, we have the latest information on a deadly overnight crash on Paris Pike in Lexington.
Today, a man will learn his punishment for killing a Lexington teenager.
And caught on camera, a man slams a car into a Central Kentucky gun store before getting away with a couple of firearms.
It's now 50 degrees in Danville and Boyle County. Richmond at 54. That goes for Lexington, too. We go throughout the day. We'll go from the 50s to the 80s today. Gets a little bit warmer. It usually indicates some rain. We'll get into that forecast for your weekend coming up.
And new on WKYT This Morning, police are investigating a deadly overnight crash in Lexington.
Yeah, police say a passerby was the first to notice the crash just after 11 last night on Paris Pike near Ironworks. The driver was then rushed to UK Hospital. WKYT's Mark Barber is there to explain what we know about this morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Very sad update to this story. Crews say when they found the man who was hurt in the very serious crash, he was in critical condition. They say they rushed him here to UK Hospital, but he did not make it. This morning, officers are still trying to figure out what caused the fatal crash. Now we're told that the man who died was driving north on Paris Pike around 11 o'clock last night when the crash happened. The man who was driving by was the first person to spot the wreck. He says he saw a headlight sitting in the road, so he turned around to take another look. That's when he saw a very difficult scene to take in. Parts of the smashed car were in a tree, other pieces were in bushes, and some were even in a ditch. When crews got there, the airbags were still smoking. The coroner's office says they still do not know how the man died. The coroner is also waiting to release a man's name because they say they are still trying to track down his family members. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, two men sit behind bars this morning accused of recruiting people in Lexington to join a nationally known gang. Gerald and Gregory Smith are both charged with criminal gang recruiting. According to court documents, the two were seen at Whitney Young Park beating someone as part of a gang initiation. The park was full of young children playing sports at the time. Police say the Smiths are part of the Chicago-based Black Pea Stones gang, also known as BPS. Happening today, sentencing is scheduled in a Lexington murder case. A jury convicted Donetta Hayes guilty of murder and assault in the death of 16-year-old Chaz Black. He was gunned down in an apartment on Palumbo Drive in 2012.
The next story continues to make headlines across the country. Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis says she will take her case to the United States Supreme Court. For 2 months since that court legalized same-sex marriage nationally, Davis has refused to comply. This week, another county clerk is coming to Davis's defense. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is at our live desk to explain. Michelle?
As the debate over Kim Davis's decision to not issue marriage licenses continues, one Kim Davis supporter says he will continue his ride of support to show that Davis does not deserve punishment for her religious beliefs. Casey County Clerk Casey Davis is on a 10-day bike ride across Kentucky in support of Kim Davis. He started his journey in Pikeville and will end in Paducah, but today he will stop in Rowan County to meet with Kim Davis. Casey plans on riding 40 miles a day. He also tells us that he believes Christians are being persecuted in the situation for not being able to have religious freedom. He also says that Kim's fate is in the hands of Governor Steve Beshear, citing Beshear's veto of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 2013. Earlier this month, U.S. District Judge David Bunning ruled that Kim Davis must issue marriage licenses. And just this week, a U.S. 6th District Court of Appeals panel denied Davis's request to extend a stay issued by Bunning. That gave Davis until August 31st to make changes in her office. Matt Staver, who represents Davis, believes the judge's order is still delayed until August 31st. Now later today, several couples from Missouri are planning to be in Rowan County in an attempt to get marriage licenses. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. One man is in jail, another in the hospital this morning after a shooting in Letcher County. State police say 28-year-old Claude Hall Jr. was shot at his home in the Whitco community. He was shot by 20-year-old Joseph Pack, according to police, who say the two men got into a fight. Pack is charged with assault. An Eastern Kentucky 14-year-old is charged in the deadly shooting of his grandfather. Wednesday night shooting in the Harlan County area killed 56-year-old Teddy Jackson. State police say Jackson Lexington was holding a 5-year-old child when his grandson shot and killed him. The child was not hurt. Police charged the teen with reckless homicide, evidence tampering, and wanton endangerment.
A burglar used a dumpster attached to a car to crash into and steal from a Montgomery County gun store. Surveillance video from Walter's Arms shows the burglar getting out of the car and stealing guns. The owner says he's surprised that the thief only stole 2 of his cheaper guns.
Honestly, yes, I should be aggravated, should be mad, but I've learned that it doesn't solve any problems. Be cool, stay calm about it, and just hope for the best. I have confidence that our police department is going to find out who the individual is.
Mount Sterling police say the car the suspect used to bust through the doors, a tan 2011 Chevy Suburban, they say it was stolen on Wednesday in Owingsville. Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear has ordered flags be lowered to half-staff in honor of a U.S. Air Force captain from Lexington who died in Afghanistan. The military says 27-year-old Captain Matthew Rowland was shot and killed earlier this week at a vehicle checkpoint in Afghanistan. He graduated from Lexington Catholic High School in 2006 and from the Air Force Academy 4 years later. Beshear's order is for the day of Rowland's funeral, which is still being worked out.
The time this morning is 6:36 on WKYT, and the Kentucky Board of Education has announced the names of the 5 people now being considered to succeed Terry Holliday as State Education Commissioner. One of the 5 is currently working in Kentucky. Buddy Berry is in his 6th year as the superintendent of the Eminence Independent School System. The other candidates are Kathleen Earhart, Christopher Cook, Lloyd Martin, and Stephen Pruitt. Each will undergo second interviews today and tomorrow here in Lexington. Well, this morning, drone experts are calling for better regulations after a drone crashed right on top of a building in downtown Lexington.
Workers at the Fifth Third building say the drone operator asked security if he could get onto the roof to retrieve it, but he was not allowed. Experts say events like this show a need for better education about drones.
Technology, it advances so fast that it's always been hard to keep up with legislation. And a lot of states actually have some sort of drone law on the books up to this date. Kentucky doesn't yet, but we're working on something, even for law enforcement. When they can and can't use it.
Well, the basic guidelines from the FAA for drones is to fly them under 400 feet, stay at least 3 miles away from airports, and do not fly in a manner that could put people or property at harm's way.
Also a discussion in Frankfort on potential statewide legislation on drones. Well, it is the first full day on the job for Lexington's newest council member. Mayor Jim Gray appointed businessman Russ Hensley to fill the seat in the 12th District. He's taking over for Ed Lane, who died earlier this month. Hensley is part owner of and co-founder of Hensley Elam. That's an IT services company. This is his first time in politics. He will serve the remaining 16 months of Lane's term, and he does say he plans to run for a full term next year. He says that the community has given a lot to him and he wants to give back.
All right.
Time this morning is 6:38 on WKYT.
Let's get a check of traffic, see what is happening with a look at live drive traffic. Not hearing of too many problems out there early on this Friday. Rose and Avenue of Champions looks good. Yeah, things picking up there near campus as one would expect as we head toward the 7 o'clock hour, and busier still as we head toward 8 o'clock in those first classes this morning. We have no reports of any early issues right now. Things are looking good, so let's make it a good ride in on your Friday. Much more news coming up on WKYT this morning as we roll toward the weekend. They're phrases you probably already used, but now they're dictionary official. Find out which pop culture words made Oxford's cut.
Looking across town, things look great. As we go into the afternoon, another beautiful day in store. However, there are some weekend changes, and we'll get right into those details. Coming up next.